let's talk about your first time. Jojo. This is not that kind of show, Jojo. This is not that kind of show. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaqi, but my friends call me Jaqi. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. If this is your first time, thank you for coming back. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. If this is not your first time and you're coming back and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, so on today's video, in my last video that I talked about my scary trip to Lagos, if you haven't watched that video, I'm going to link it up here. I talked about bringing my sister on my channel to talk about blood donation because something that she's very passionate about. I don't know much about it, so I don't feel like I'm an authority to speak on the matter, you know. So I decided to bring my sister on here to talk about it. But before I go into that very quickly, I just want to say that the content on my channel will be changing a little bit, okay? So yes, I know it started off as a makeup channel, but I feel like I want to put up more stuff that I'm passionate about, that I care about, stuff like fashion, music, stuff like that, okay? So it's not just going to be about makeup anymore, but we're going to be diversifying things. Big word. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to bring my sister in, Jojo. Everybody should know Jojo by now if you're not new to my channel. So Jojo is my elder sister and she's going to be talking about blood donation today. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright guys, so I'm here with my sister today, Jojo. Hi everybody, how you doing? Why are you screaming, girl? I'm excited. I know. Guys, I'm so sorry if you can hear the bass goes noise.
Somebody's
I don't know
pounding
what my
out for
neighbors
her
are
husband.
doing upstairs, so
I hope it's not the headboard.
yeah.
Honey.
Okay, so let's just jump right into the video, okay? I have my cue cards. Someone please get me a TV show. Alright, so
Go, you have me out here giving them my chinny chin chin. My double chinny
I'm
chin
gonna
chin.
edit that out.
Okay.
So a quick disclaimer here before we start this video. We are not medical practitioners. No, we're not certified doctors or nurses or anything like that. This is just for educational purposes, what we have learned, you know, in the past couple of years, especially my sister, and from her experience. So this is mainly her experience, okay? She's not saying that you should take whatever she's saying as law. You feel me? You get me? No. So don't go and be saying Jojo or Jaqi, Dr. Jojo. That has a ring to it. Dr. Jojo! PhD loading.
Don't worry now.
Damn!
I'm cooking something.
Okay, yeah. So just a little disclaimer there. So let's just jump right into the video, okay? Alright. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with my first question today. What is blood donation? For the people that have no idea, because I think some people actually don't know that people donate blood to be used by other people. So what is blood donation?
Well, you must be living under a rock if you don't know about blood donation, but blood donation is really a process where you voluntarily give your blood so that it can be used to save somebody else's life.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
basically what it is.
That's what it is. So what prompted you to start, and how long have you been donating blood?
I've been donating for 6 years, guys. Has it been
6 years really?
I've been donating since April of 2014. So this is over 6 years now.
I didn't know that.
And what prompted me to donate was that I went and checked my genotype and my blood group and all that. I did all that. And then I found out that I was O negative, which is a very rare blood type. It's like 6 or 7% of the world population have O negative. So when I told my dad about it, he was very paranoid. He was panicking. He was advising me not to do anything strenuous that would make me, get into an accident or something that would make me need blood, basically, because of the rarity of the blood. So then I thought, well, if the blood is so rare, then maybe I should donate, because obviously some people will probably be dying waiting for O negative. So
Right.
That's why I started to donate.
So where do you donate? We live in Abuja. So where do you donate here in Abuja?
Here in Abuja, I donate at the National Blood Transfusion Service.
That's in Zone 5. Is this Zone
Is
5
this
or
Zone
Zone
5?
4?
Zone 3.
Zone 3, okay.
Yeah, and I also donate at the National Hospital.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And obviously, I'm sure there are other places where you can donate, right? Like other hospitals.
There are several places where you can donate. I've had opportunities to donate elsewhere, you know, but by the time I got there, somebody else had donated. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I'm in a lot of people's database.
I don't think that sounds right, but let's just move on. What? Okay, so let's talk about your first time. Jojo. This is not that kind of show, Jojo. This is not that kind of show.
Okay.
So let's talk about your first time, all right? Were you scared? Were you nervous? People always talk about the needle and how big it is, and for some reason, people freak out at the sight of their own blood. So, how was your own experience?
My first experience was at the National Hospital.
Okay.
A friend of mine had called and said, "Hey, we are looking for someone who has O negative. There's this patient that, you know, he got into a squabble with someone." And then so I got to the National Hospital, and of course they drew the blood. You know, it was this very fat doctor, and I kept thinking, why are you fat? You're supposed to be in the medical field, but whatever. So so he drew the blood, and then, you know, 3 hours later he came and said, "Okay, it's time for you to donate." I guess now they knew that I was okay, I was healthy enough to donate. And then we walked into this room. It's called the bleeding room. I would never forget.
Sound right?
It was the bleeding room, and there was this chair, this reclining bed or reclining chair, and it was red. And it yo, I was like, can I just go back? But yeah, so that was my first experience. And then the doctor that took my blood the first time, he now told one of the other younger technicians to do the thing, and then he kept going, like,
looking for your vein.
no,
my
vein was there. He was just trying to poke it. I don't know if he was nervous.
Was it because the needle was big?
I don't know. Maybe it was his first time, but it really hurt. And then yeah, I donated, and then I went home.
Did you freak out when you saw the needle?
Of course.
It was that big, huh?
It was huge.
Oh my god. But I think they've improved on the needles now. They're not as big anymore, right?
No, they are not as big. No, that one was huge. But I mean, it's not like the epidural kind of needle, you know. It's just a regular needle. I'm used to needles. I mean, guys, I'm used to needles, so.
Okay, so I want to know, what's your preparation like? When you know that today I'm going to give blood, what do you do before you go and after?
Okay, so the thing is that because I donate at the National Blood Transfusion Service, the law in Nigeria, I donate every so often, right? So I already know when I have like a donation calendar. So I already know when I'm due for donation. So like a month to my donation date, I usually make sure I take a lot of fruit. I make sure I drink at least like 3 to 4 liters of water, you know, do a little bit of exercise. Just make sure that I'm in good health and in good spirit as well, because your mental health is very important when you're donating. Yeah, so I take a lot of fruit.
And your mental state also.
Yeah, absolutely. I take fruit. I abstain from alcohol. I take a lot of water. Healthy lifestyle.
Speaking of your mental
vegetables.
State, sorry to cut you, but I feel like it's such an important thing to touch on, because if you think about the fact that your blood is going to be used on another human being, and you want it to be, as a result, like a form of healing to that person.
Yeah.
So it really, really is important
your
that
energy, your aura, your energy,
exactly, because that's what you're passing on to another person. So
absolutely.
I think that's really, really important that you mentioned that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. So do you go alone, like afterwards? Okay, so now you've given the blood, right? What happens afterwards? Do they give you guys something to eat? Are you advised to eat something or not eat anything, or sleep
after the donation?
Yeah.
So after the donation, I usually would lay there for maybe 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
To be sure that I'm not dizzy or anything like that. Then light refreshment is usually served. soda, juice.
Is it malt and milk
Cookies.
like people always assume?
No,
Is
I
it
have.
malt and
I've
milk?
never received malt and milk. I've received some juice, some soda, some cookies. Yeah,
Right,
some water,
right.
and good conversation.
So, would you say it's advisable to go with someone then, just in case you end up being dizzy, after the procedure? Or is it something that you can just, like, don't be in a hurry to leave when you donate blood because you might feel a bit woozy and you just need to take a second to just get yourself back together?
Definitely don't be in a hurry to leave.
Right.
They usually make you stay there for 10 to 15 minutes
Mm.
before you stand up and leave.
Right.
Secondly, I wouldn't suggest you drive yourself there and go alone. The only time I've been donating for 6 years now, and the only time I've gone alone, I've had to call someone, a driver that I know, to come and get me.
Because he knows exactly where you live.
Yeah, so I usually go with someone.
Right.
You want someone to be there, gist with you, laugh at you, take pictures of you, this IG.
It's not a very serious procedure,
No.
like you're not under any sort of anesthetic or anesthesia or
what's it called? You're alive. You're awake, you're conscious, you feel everything.
Yeah. But how long does it take? From the moment that they pop your vein with the needle, how long does it take?
Okay, so for me, I think it takes maybe about 4 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes. My fastest donation was 4 minutes.
Okay.
4 minutes and 10 seconds. And my
okay.
and my slowest donation, my longest donation was 6 minutes.
Right.
So I have a lot of blood to give, basically.
Right. And guys, don't worry. They don't take more than 1 pint. So it's not as if all your blood will go, like, they're going to drain your body of all the blood that you have. No. Besides, they do the, what's it called? The count. Is it PVC? PCV? Mm-hmm. What's that count? What's it called?
Hemoglobin. They do hemoglobin.
Yeah. To make sure that you are able to give blood. Yes. So it's I think that it's very, very important.
Very important.
Yeah. So my next question to you would be, who can donate? Who can donate? Is it just anybody that can donate? Pregnant women, people on medication, like, who is a suitable candidate for blood donation?
Only healthy individuals can donate. And by healthy, I mean you absolutely don't have any symptoms of sicknesses. You don't have any headaches. You don't have, they check you thoroughly before they take your blood. So,
right.
But it's still, even if you're healthy, it's still not your right to donate. Blood donation is a privilege. But
I like that.
But receiving healthy blood, it's a right. As a patient, when you go to the hospital and you require healthy blood, you require blood, receiving healthy blood is your right as a human being. But donating blood is a privilege. They don't have to take it from you. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay. My next question is this. Do you get paid for it? Because that's the first thing that people ask. They're like, guys, you should donate blood. They're like, how much do they pay? You get donation money. So, do you get paid for it?
Short answer, no. We don't get paid for donating.
No monetary reward.
No monetary reward. Although my dad said when he because my dad was a donor when he was younger, and they used to pay them with cartons of beer.
That doesn't sound right. Not in Nigeria, I'm sure.
Not in Nigeria.
Okay, so that's from the blood transfusion center, right? They don't pay you.
No, you don't. You don't get paid for blood donation.
It's strictly voluntary.
Strictly voluntary, strictly free of charge. Although I have witnessed a conversation where somebody was offering another person 200,000 naira for a pint of blood, and I was like, oh my god. Had I not been here to donate for somebody else, I might just take you up on that offer. But then, come on now.
Wow. So
I would never.
So speaking about that, because I know that you've responded to quite a number of calls, apart from your regular scheduled donations, you've responded to some emergencies. Has any of those families, have they ever offered to pay you money? And did you collect it?
No, after the donation, sometimes they want to squeeze, some money into your pocket, and it's usually weird, I always say, hey guys, I'm so sorry, I cannot accept it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
of course, a lot of families want to help, or they want to thank you, they want to take your number and call you, stuff like that. Yeah, but I'll never take monetary compensation for blood donation.
Right, right. So, how often do you have to donate? Or do you donate? Because you don't have to do anything, guys. You don't have to do anything, but how often do you donate?
I donate 3 times annually, but
Is that by choice?
It's by law. In Nigeria, you cannot,
Oh, okay.
in Nigeria, the law is men donate every 3 months, and women donate every 4 months. So if you want to donate, you have to look at the laws in your country and in your state where you're living.
Because I think it's different from America. And I think in America it's 2 months. After 2 months you can donate, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've read that. I've read that somewhere before.
Yeah, we've heard that. It changes, but based on the law in Nigeria, for women it's every 4 months, and
Right.
for men it's every 3 months.
So, did you have to do these findings by yourself, or did you receive counseling from the center? And if yes, how often do they give this counseling to their donors?
So the counseling, of course, I received counseling from the center.
And that was where they shared all this information with you.
Yeah, they told me everything. They gave me pamphlets. They gave me a lot of resources on everything about blood donation. Yeah, and they took my number. So
Right.
once in a while they would call me or text me and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Da da da.
Which is nice.
Thank you for being a hero, which I find very, very awkward. When people call me a hero, but whatever, it's their job. So yeah, the National Blood Transfusion Service, they have all these resources, and you get all the information when you go there.
Right. Wow. That's amazing. Can you speak a little bit on the session that you went for just maybe a couple of days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I went for was a post-donation counseling.
Okay.
So the post-donation counseling is, after you've donated, they still do thorough checks on your blood. So if they use the blood or they don't use the blood, whatever the findings from that thorough checks on your blood is, you'll be invited for a post-donation counseling. So I went there, and the lady told me, she told me everything that they found in my blood, which is negative. And then she said, your blood has been used. I was informed the number of times that I've donated with them, and I was also, encouraged to donate again, and I was also encouraged to bring my friends and stuff like that. No. So I saw a chart in her office where if the post donation counseling, if the test from the blood comes out positive in any of the things that they check, and they do a really thorough check, guys. So if anything comes out positive, then they have all these protocols, everything that they have to go through.
So when you say anything comes out positive, you mean like HIV, AIDS?
HIV, hepatitis, AIDS, syphilis, all these things. They check. They do extensive checks of your blood.
It's funny you say that, because I think that's probably one of the reasons why people they get concerned to give blood, because it's such a commitment. It is even more. It desires, or it demands for more commitment than you might have in a relationship, for crying out loud. Because no, think about it. Because when you know that you're a blood donor, right? You know that you can't just be doing anyhow. You can't live your life anyhow, because you know that your blood has to be in great state for it to be used by a sick person. So you won't just go around drinking, like chugging beers and alcohol every time. No. You're not going to be having unprotected sex,
unprotected entanglements.
Anyway, so you know what I mean. So I think that's why a lot of people are scared too, because they're like, oh my god, this is such a huge commitment. Like, I want to still be able to misbehave, and I can't commit to this. So I'm sure you were very happy when you heard that. You're negative.
Yeah, but I already knew I was negative. Apart from the post-donation counseling, I take it upon myself to check
your
myself
regular checks.
every so often.
Okay, cool. So I have to ask you this. What would you say is your worst experience yet?
Okay. My worst donation experience.
Mm-hmm.
It was this. It was this baby that really needed this blood, and his parents.
The baby.
He was like 3 days old, guys. He was 3 days old, and he needed this blood. And a friend of mine came to call me. He called me in the middle of the night, and usually, Anyway, I picked the call, and then he told me about this baby, and then he came to my house and drove me to the hospital. So when we got there, of course, the doctors didn't tell the parents exactly what was going on, so the parents were crying and stuff. So what they did was a physical examination. After the physical examination, I was asked to go home. They didn't tell me when to come back, and I thought, okay, maybe it wasn't as much of an emergency as it sounded. They made it out to be. Mm-hmm. So the next day, they invited me again. They took my blood, and then the third night, I was invited once more. And this time, I went to the lab where they took my blood, and the parents were really agitated.
As in of turn, course they would be.
I was also agitated. The baby was 5 days old at this point, and then it wasn't a full bag of blood that they took. They didn't take a full pint. They took like 80 milliliters, and even though it was really a very small amount that it took, it was a very young lab technician that I thought maybe was just learning how to work. So maybe like an intern, and she kept doing the wrong things because at that time I was already very experienced at blood donation, right? So I kept having to correct her. The needle fell off my arm at some point. She didn't put it down. So yeah, it was kind of like it wasn't nice. And then for weeks and weeks after that, I was bruising like my arm. I look like a heroin addict, guys. I was like
heroin addict,
long sleeves, to the office, Yeah. Wow. So to me, that was my kind of like my worst,
your worst
donation experience.
What would you say is your scariest? Because I think they're two different things.
Yeah. Okay. And one of the things that made it my worst was because they wouldn't put it on my donation card that I donated the 80 milliliters or whatever. They wouldn't put it in the card because they said they only put the full bag on the card. So I had to put it in my head, like, or my own personal calendar.
Right.
My scariest experience was donating during the pandemic.
I remember that.
Guys, I was at home. I wasn't expecting to go anywhere. I hadn't been taking any visitors. Everybody that asked to see me, I tell them I'm sorry, but I can't see you. But this friend of mine called me that his sister really needed blood, and I had donated for her before. So I understood, they needed 3 pints and nobody was willing to come forward. So I went to the donation, to the hospital where she was admitted. She was receiving dialysis, and oh my God, the whole donation room was filled with scraps of bags of things. It was just not. It wasn't neat.
Like it was dirty.
It was dirty. Let me let me be honest. It was dirty. There was wraps of things that were supposed to have been incinerated, and it was just all over the place. And I was scared. They were doing skeletal.
One of the biggest hospitals.
Yeah, and then the lab technician there, she was using the same gloves to do everything, to touch all the surfaces, and there was a huge line of people trying to donate because of course even though we're in a pandemic, sick people are still out here being sick. Sickness is not waiting for a convenient time for you to be sick. So I had to wait there for 4 hours, and then after that she used the same gloves that she had been using to grab on other people's blood and other surfaces. She used that same glove to take my blood, and I was scared to ask her to change it because it was such an emergency, and I felt like I had been there for so long, and this woman couldn't wait any moment longer. And I felt like maybe if I had told her to please change her gloves, she would ask me to to go back to the end of the line or something. So I just said a little prayer, and I sat in the chair, and yeah, and I donated. and I went back home and scrubbed myself.
Down.
Yeah. So that was my craziest experience.
Okay, so we have come to the last question. I know that went by so
Already?
quickly. I know.
Oh my
I
god,
know.
guys, I don't want to miss you.
So
Make it longer.
shut up. No, shut up. Shut up after the video. Okay, so why should people donate? And since there's no monetary reward, what are the benefits to me as a donor? Why should I donate?
Okay, there are a lot of health benefits to blood donation.
Okay.
Personally, I don't know if it's my blood donation or if God just used that one to just compensate my life. But I used to be sick a lot before 2014. I used to be sick all the time. I used to have malaria at least twice in a year, typhoid and all that. But now I haven't been sick since I started donating, other than a little headache here and there.
That is so true.
Yeah, I haven't been sick.
You've not had malaria in a while, bro.
Yeah, I haven't been sick. And I have to chart everything, all my medication. I have to tell them the last time I treated anything, the last time I took any medication. There's a huge form you have to fill when you want to donate, because they have to check your medical history. So all these things they are very important. So there's a lot of health benefits to donation. Some people are prone to excess iron deposit in their blood.
Mm-hmm.
So if you donate regularly, it will just kind of regulate your
Right.
iron levels and stuff like that. So yeah, and
Wow.
the blood cells actually die after a certain amount of time, so they are just there and they are dying. So why don't you just give some out
And save a life, really.
Yeah, really.
I think the biggest benefit, if you would, I've never donated, to be honest. I came close one time,
Yeah.
but I came close one time because apparently I have the veins for it. Yeah, I came close one time. I think someone needed platelets or something like that, and your veins were not visible enough to take. I think it's a bigger machine.
You have more prominent veins.
Yeah. So I came close, but I think they already got it. They got it from someone else that was before me. Yeah. So, and that was how that opportunity just passed me by. But it's something that I've been thinking about, and I will definitely get to donating blood. I feel like if you want to look in this direction, like you want to donate blood, it's something that you've been thinking about for a while, just go ahead and do it. Okay, just go ahead and do it. The mere fact that you're going to be helping somebody, you'll be saving a life. I don't know what could be, more gratifying than that. Truly.
Yeah, I think that's the hugest benefit. Like for me, going into the blood donation center and then coming out, I feel so privileged to be able to do that for someone, because it's not something that blood is not something I manufacture myself, and to be able to give it to someone who really needs it, it's a huge benefit to me. It's the second most gratifying thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, like freely you received, freely you should give. And a lot of this is an argument that comes up a lot. People always say, "Oh, why am I giving the blood for free? All the blood transfusion people do is sell it." Guys, I don't think you understand till you actually start to give blood. But you don't even have to start giving blood before you understand. First of all, when you give blood, it has to go through processing before it's fit, for someone to use your blood. Okay, they have to store that blood. All of those machines, they did not pick those machines from the ground. People buy those machines with money. The staff that are working there, they also get paid. Fine, you could say that the government pays them and all of that, but come on, guys, if we're being honest, and yes, they have to charge people to buy this blood, because if not, people will abuse the opportunity. It's that simple. People will come there, get the blood for free, and go sell it
or drink it.
Who drinks blood?
Vampires.
Yeah, guys, what I was just trying to say is, this is something that I think I want to encourage you guys to look into. Okay, I know we're saying, Jackie, you've never donated blood, but I came close, and I'm thinking about it. Okay, so I'm just trying to encourage you guys out there, you're going to be saving lives, and it's just a very noble thing to do. So yeah,
The blood banks are always in short of blood, to be honest. And the blood is so cheap. It's like 10 or 15,000 naira.
yeah, it's just, it's just money that they charge, just so that it's not be as if you're getting it for free.
Yeah.
Just to charge, a token.
Yeah.
Because really, you can't put
a
price on it. You can't. Feet. Alright, guys, so that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you learned a thing or two from this video and you are inspired. Jojo, thank you so much for coming to my channel. Guys, you don't understand, my sister doesn't like to wear makeup. She doesn't like to dress up. She doesn't like to do anything. That's not correct. She loves her work. She likes to do stuff. She just doesn't like to stress herself. And this is stress. Look at that face. I put makeup on her. Oh, hide that chin. So, yeah, for her to do all of this and come on here to just give her 2 cents on this issue means a lot to me. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, so that brings us to the end of today's video. Please, guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a huge thumbs up before you leave. Okay? And yeah, so I see you next time. Alright? Mwah. Bye. You didn't get my shoulder shrug, like, oh, I didn't. It's like, mwah. Bye.
Oh.
No, it's not like, it's like cute. So let's go. Again.
That's something I know nothing about.
Again.
Cute.
So.
Maybe I should give them, oh, wait, shit. Okay, alright.
So I see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah. Bye. That sucks, Jesus.
Let's do it again.
Again. Don't be giving people your breast, Jojo.
It's for sale now.
Never pay money.
We are searching.
We never collect money for your head. Why are you laughing? Okay. Why you did laugh now? Let me do this thing.
Oh yeah, no.
You know the people that are trying to scout for me, man. Okay. So moving on. It's fine.
Neighbors!
You're Jada right now. Okay, this is me interviewing you. Okay, so Jada. Oh my god, I saw this on the internet. Best. Why did July about August? Did you catch that?
Because entanglement, baby.
Yo, those people are messed up. What?
Everybody be like, I want that Jada and Will kind of love.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Guys, now only yourself you know.
You only know about yourself. That has always been my mantra. You only know about you.
Better walk to outdo yourself, not outdo somebody else. Mafagwala go shisheo.
I know, right?
I don't know how to say that in English, guys. I'm sorry.
No use another person.
Clock it the
Time.
house. Time. Okay.
I think that you don't have to translate it.
Don't work on someone else's timeline.
Hey! I feel like painting the way Asia.
Monks, you should add bloopers to your video.
I'll add this one.
Really?